Good evening. Right, it's been all work and no play at the Driftwood. We've been flat out down there and it's just been work, bed. So tonight we're going to have a little bit of a change of plan. And I've got a friend with me tonight and we're going to do a little bit of cooking, which I haven't done for ages, which should be cool. And the camera's right on the piss. Yeah, that's straight now. And we're going to do a traditional gypsy recipe, which is a Joey Gray soup, but we've got a big time celebrity chef here. So this is the guy who makes Gordon Ramsay look like a fucking divvy. Anyway, I'll introduce you now. So, introducing Dave Rutter. This is the head chef of the King's Arms at Ludham, which is a local pub to me. Shit hot chef, so he's lowering his tone a bit this evening to come here and cook a bit of dinner with me. The other thing is, obviously with the present crisis going on, we've had to take some precautions this evening in case, you know, there's no known cases of coronavirus in Norfolk at the minute, but we are going to try and sort of self-immunise and we're going to take a few precautions.
You speak for yourself.
So part of the immunisation, what we've tried, we've gone through several beers. Now we've got the Australian anti-corona. That's not worked in Australia, so we're probably not going to bother with that. We've got some of this ghost ship, which is working in Norfolk because there's none here, but we thought the best way to sort of immunise ourselves is maybe get some corona down us. Yep. So we're going to crack
go for direct infection.
Direct infection, straight to the blood, and we'll see how that goes. So we'll start off our cooking this evening with a corona.
But we do have a safeguard.
We do have the safeguard. These are perfect. I mean, obviously these stop all infections. There's two problems. One, we can't do any of this or any drinking, and we also can't do any eating. So we might have to just have them there in case there's any like infection coming through from the clouds or something. So this is how we're going to start.
Yeah.
Right.
Good health.
Good health. Right. Okay. Ingredients. Okay, so tonight's recipe is Joey Gray soup. Oh, Joey Gray stew, some people call it. It's a traditional Romany roadside meal, really. A chuck it in the pot sort of job. So I'll let our super celebrity chef explain what ingredients we're using.
Right, well, basically we've got pork sausages, back bacon, fresh tomatoes, ripe, local potatoes and onion. You throw all that lot in a pot in a series of processes with some beef stock cubes and some water, and away you go.
Cool. I think when I've cooked this on the fire, generally everyone can sort of add what they like to it, and the reason this is popular with the travellers is if there's 8 or 9 of you parked up together, someone will have a bit of bacon and someone will have a potato and someone will have some so between everyone you can make the meal.
There is no direct recipe for it.
No
it's whatever you have to hand.
Yeah,
you just make a meal.
Yeah, so we're going to get it on. It's the first time Dave's been round here, so he's obviously used to working in a shit hot kitchen with all sorts of facilities, and I'm giving him blunt knives and lager, so we're going to see what we can come up with. Cool.
Right, we need a pan.
We do need a pan. I've got some pans. A big frying pan. Yeah, got it. That one's quite deep. That'll be the coffee pot. See if we can it's been really clumsy this evening.
I hope the camera's not run.
I think it probably is, yeah. Let's just leave it run. Right, let's put that in there. Brush. See if I'm stabbing myself in the foot, start bleeding by the end of the evening. So I don't think I'm going to get a job in David's kitchen at this rate. Oh. Made a big mess and smashed loads of shit up. Dave's been quite professional. So I assume first in's the meat, yeah?
We're going to start with the sausages. We need to put them in, brown them off a bit, take them out. Then we're going to put in the bacon, then the onions, then we'll add the potatoes and the tomatoes, then we'll add some water, some beef stock cubes, and then it just needs to cook away.
Approximately, time-wise?
About 20 minutes.
That's fine, because I'm starving.
It shouldn't be too long, hopefully.
That'll give us some more time to immunise ourselves.
Yeah.
So,
as long as we've got gas.
I think we've got gas.
Right.
So apart from me being the most famous person you've ever cooked with, have you cooked for famous people in the past?
I've had one or two celebrities come through the pub. Nobody. Well, yeah. The old Rowan Atkinson, he's been through, and Griff Rhys-Jones, he's been in.
Because you're right on the Norfolk Broads there, aren't you?
Yeah.
So it's you're going to have people down on holiday and down on...
Yeah, they were doing filming and what have you in the local area.
Yeah.
So they obviously stopped in for lunch. Purely because of my reputation, I would have it, you know.
Of course. Of course.
They'd obviously heard all about the place.
Yeah, finest Sunday dinner in the East.
Yeah.
That and the years you've served in prison, that's served you well for the cooking. I mean, we did try and get some bat wings, but
they're in short supply at the minute. I don't know why.
I don't know. Yeah, we ordered them from China, but they haven't turned up yet. So we've just had to go with the traditional ingredients. And this whole Corona stuff's working well. I'm getting quite well immunised, I think.
Is that what you called it?
I'm smashing a lot of stuff up.
So you think you'd have prepared all the vegetables for me, wouldn't you?
Well, you know, I wanted people to just see that how, you know, even though we've got these modern potato peeler things now, it's still old school, like being in the army or something.
Yeah. Yeah, was it they used to call it jankers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The whole idea behind the dish being it feeds a lot of people cheaply.
Yeah. Cool. So just to brown off, then you don't have to cook them all the way through.
No, because they're going to go back in the soup or stew, whichever you want to call it.
I've always said stew, but yeah. So I've heard various rumours about how to cut an onion so your eyes don't bleed and you start howling, but there is no way. You just as quick as possible.
It depends on the amount of acid in the onion and how sensitive your eyes are. I mean, I get it. I can cry like a baby some days with it, you know, depending on the onion.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there is no way of stopping it.
I find if you wash your hands like as you're doing it seems to help, or is that just bullshit?
Again, I don't find it makes any difference.
No.
You know, my hands are clean, and again, I am washing them.
There we are, like washing them now. To be fair, I've got that much creosote on me, but I've scrubbed my hands and they're still black. So I think the risk of contaminating ourselves are fairly slim.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do a bit more medication. See, that's hardcore chefing, straight out of pan.
As we don't have a decent pair of tongs around here that I can see, fingers are the best option.
There you go.
So next
yeah.
in, we'll throw the onions. Just roughly chopped, there's no finesse about it. And then we get the nice back bacon.
With the bluntest knife ever.
Yep.
I should have brought a Stanley knife out of the shed. That would probably been better.
And again, no finesse. It's rustic cooking, campfire cooking, whatever.
I always like when I feed the kids this. They always chuffed if they get a bigger bit than their siblings.
Yeah.
So that if you've got random size, that's excellent. It brings a bit of sort of competitiveness into the eating.
Into the meal, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make for a more fun evening.
Yeah.
Right, keep healthy.
Keep healthy. Keep cranking in that that old Corona, yeah.
They say we need to get so many people catching it to get the herd immunisation.
There you go.
Everybody.
Yeah. We can have like they used to have these like measles parties. We can have like Corona parties, can't we? That's the way to do it. I always struggle with this sort of thing. I do the potatoes either too small or too big, and then it ends up they're either soft as shit or hard as nails. So how does that work?
Now this is a dish I've never cooked. Okay? I've never even heard of it until you asked me to come along tonight.
Yeah.
So, to my mind, the potatoes will do one of two things. They will either thicken it, because there's no thickener in there, so the natural starch from the potatoes will thicken it and make it more of a stew.
Yeah.
Or they will keep it very thin and runny as a soup.
So
it depends on your own preference as to how far you cook the potatoes.
Right. Okay. Well, it's sort of the light out now, so we might be able to see Dave. Rather than just hear some bloke shouting out of the gloom.
It's alright, they don't want to see my ugly mug anyway.
Well, I've been trying to keep behind the camera as much as possible recently. That'd be about the size I do it.
Yeah. Now, depending on, like I say, how long we cook it for, depends on how the potatoes will thicken.
So, because of the starch, the longer they cook for, feasibly, the thicker that's going to get.
Yeah, as if you cook it and keep cooking it, the potatoes will break down and disappear.
Yeah.
But they will form a thicker gravy.
Right. Cool. The tomatoes I always thought was quite a sort of exotic addition.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind that this recipe goes back as far as the Romanies have been here, I would have thought tomatoes have been quite hard to find in the 1800s.
Yeah, again, I know nothing of the history of the dish. I'm trying to find, nobody seems to know where the name came from.
Yeah, there's various sort of adaptations of it, because I've been cooked this before and I've said it's had a different name.
Yeah.
But predominantly it's mostly Joey Gray is what they, it's the general gist.
But again, being what it is, it's a dish that you just put anything that you have to hand.
Yeah. We used to call it the end of party stew.
Yeah.
Where you just, if you've been somewhere for a few weeks and you're now moving off to somewhere else, everyone would chuck in what they got.
Chuck it in the pot.
Yeah, big meal between everyone, and then everyone would get off up the road.
Yeah. And as you said in the introduction, that is basically what it is. It's just whatever anybody has to hand.
Yeah.
And if there's a few of you parked up at the side of the road, whatever anybody's got, you can put different vegetables in it, you can put different meats in it.
Yeah, I've seen this done with game, bit of pheasant or bit of pigeon.
Yeah. The sausages don't go in whole, they go in pieces.
Just to help the cooking.
Just to share it out.
Yeah.
It's not about making the sausages cook. It's about making it go a long way.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, these were frugal dishes.
Yeah. many years ago I had a party, and we had a lot of family and friends there, and we ended up with probably about 14 kids, and some of the children, well, most of the children that didn't come from travelling background were a bit wary of what they were getting for dinner. And there was like one meal on the go, and there was no plates because we couldn't couldn't wash plates up for that many people, so all the kids got a round of bread, and they went along the queue and piled their round of bread up with as much as they could get on it. And bizarrely, the ones who were a bit worried about what might be in it, by the time they were number 11 or 12, they were very happy to get whatever they got on their slice of bread. That's all the parents couldn't believe, like, oh, my little Jimmy, well, he won't eat onions. He's eating them now, and then he won't eat this, and then they're just stuffing it down him. So
we'll just fry this off for a few more minutes. Then we'll add some water, a couple of good old OXO cubes, a little bit of pepper. Won't add any salt at the moment because of the bacon and the salt in the OXO cubes, and we'll check that just before we're ready to serve. Have we got, in case environmental health turn up, have we got all the temperature gauges and all that on the go, like you'd have in your kitchen? If you stick your finger in it and it burns, it's hot
enough. Right, okay, that's fair enough then. So Fahrenheit and cooking temperature is just about when it all starts bubbling, you know you're hot enough.
Yeah, like I say, you put your finger in it, when you go, that's Fahrenheit.
I like that one, yeah. That's F for Fahrenheit. So, added 2 jugs of water. So them potatoes haven't been fried then, they've literally been left.
They've had a little fry around with the bacon and the onions, but nothing too serious. And we're now just going to bring that up, get it to a boil, simmer it away. It'll be about 20 minutes, the potatoes will be cooked, all the meat will be cooked.
Yeah.
We've got to add the OXO cubes once the temperature comes up on the water. And then we're good to go. So
20 minutes, how many more coronavirus beers can we get down us in that time?
Probably that many that we won't be able to actually speak.
Chef tip for the evening?
Right, the OXO cubes, don't open them and then try and crumble them into the stew. Crumble it in the packet.
Right.
Squeeze it, crush it up, and that way you don't make such a mess.
There you go.
And it all does it in the bag, and then you just sprinkle it off. Keep your fingers clean.
And well, yeah, that's good advice. I like that one. Not as good as F for Fahrenheit, but still. So we wait.
Fahrenheit works.
So get that steaming, boiling up, and then put the OXO in. So OXOs have gone in. It's starting to look a bit like a stew, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bubbling away nicely. I mean, the potato's going to take a good few minutes more to cook. Oh, now it's starting to break. We're getting there. Tomatoes are looking soft. All the meat's cooked, so...
See, when you do it on the fire, you get some nice lumps of charcoal in here and bits of wood.
Oh yeah, you get bits of ash and...
Yeah, bits of ash and wood, that all helps, you know.
Yeah,
but
it's all flavour.
Well, we ain't got any smell-o-vision on the camera, but it does smell pretty good.
All the meat's cooked, the potatoes are now cooked, so we'll just have a little old taste. That tastes pretty reasonable, actually.
Pretty reasonable, that's compliments indeed, I think.
Little old pepper.
There's some heavy old black pepper in there, that's pretty nice.
You like plenty?
Yeah.
We'll put plenty. You know. That's the old coronavirus, can't stand the pot up.
That's the first signs. I've managed to break a few things this evening.
Yeah, like I say, it's nothing fancy, but that's tasty. That will keep you going on a cold day.
Yeah, well, that's working man's food as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the northern fellow who works for me, he's talked about similar recipes that they used to take down to the pits and what they used to have as an after work meal, and it's a similar sort of concoction, really.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's decent, honest food.
Okay, moment of truth.
Right.
Look at that. We need about another 14 people to come round, but
That's two fat blokes here, what do you think? I'm sure between us we'll have a go.
yeah, we shall. We are for sure. Right. The only thing I didn't get this evening was a crusty white loaf. Got some horrible white bread in there.
Yeah, you definitely need bread with this.
Yeah, I'd have said so.
That is the whole idea behind it, is the basic ingredients, and fill yourself up with the bread to mop up all this gravy.
Yeah.
You got to have the veggies in there. Potatoes are starting to break down, so that's
So I suppose you could put any veg in there, couldn't you? You could do
whatever you've got. If you've got carrots, swede, it doesn't matter. You can throw the whole lot in there.
So for the vegetarian and vegan people out there, you could do a vegetarian and vegan version of that. That ain't going to have the flavour though, like what you're going to get out of the sausages and bacon, is it?
I mean, this is the most pathetic ladle I've ever had in
I am apologising for my facilities here. For a man who does this for a living, he's had to lower his tone to come here this evening, but it's going to look. It does look good.
I say on the little old taste test, that was pretty good. So I think this is going to be a nice, satisfying bowl of food.
Soak up some coronavirus.
Yep.
And some Corona lager.
And we'll all be happy and healthy in the morning.
So we got Joey Gray.
Made with basic, simple ingredients.
Here we go. It's going to be a taste test.
Make it at home. Trust me, it's worth the effort. Well, it's no effort, but you're going to have something. You come in from a hard day's work, you don't want much more than that. Got bread, we got the stew.
And it's Corona free. Let me have a taste. Let me have a go on that. Right, let's see. Oh yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? Really good.
I could have got old Sheffy and Ponty on it. But then you're taking away from the original dish.
Yeah.
You cook it as it's meant to be.
Yeah.
And the flavours, you can't fault them.
Really good. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Take care. Be safe. Immunise yourself.
Immunise yourself.
Immunise yourself. Take care. That's fucking lovely.
It's tasty, isn't it?
Yeah.